is Anita. When I was 12 years old, I did something brave. At least it felt brave to me. I had a crush on a boy. And in my young eyes, he represented everything handsome. Just like a Disney prince, charming boy. He had golden hair, blue eyes, and glowing skin. And above all, he was not any other boy in the school. He was principal's grandson. So in school hierarchy, it represented like something royalty. And I was completely head over heels for him. And one day, fate gave me a chance. In the school playground, he was just standing next to me. And I felt that, wow, this is a golden chance for me to tell how much I love him, how much I like him. So, obviously, I was a bit shy, so I didn't find any words how to say and express my love. So what I did instead is I took a paper and I drew, to the best of my abilities, a boy and a girl holding hands, and I drew a heart-shaped balloon between them just to express that, yeah, I like you. And then I folded the paper and then I handed over to him. He kind of looked at the paper and then he took my pencil, went by the side, and I saw him doing something on the paper, and then he came to me and he handed the paper to me. And he ran away to play with the boys. So I was nervous and excited at the same time. And as I opened the paper and I looked at it, and to my shock and surprise, what he had done is he had scribbled the face of the girl with pencil. He had almost like darkened the face of the girl. So I was kind of sad and disappointed, and it was because I knew what he had done. It was his way of telling me that I'm darker skin tone, and that's, it was his way of rejecting me. And I knew this because as I was growing up, I grew up in India with 4 of my other siblings, and I was literally called the darker sheep in the family. Like, my siblings made fun of me, casually called me darker skin. But deep within, it kind of dimmed my personality. So in the playground that day, what happened was not just a rejection, it was like a confirmation that, oh, this is how the world sees me. So that day when I was coming home in the bus, I remember looking outside the window and I was feeling sad within. My heart was almost broken. I was kind of sobbing and trying to hide my tears. And I was telling these stories to myself that I'm not beautiful enough, no guy will ever like me, and I'm just not worthy of love. And the tragic part is that as I was telling these stories to myself, I started believing in them. I grew up, and one day I married, and I wish I had a better story, or I could tell that things changed for me, but sadly no. My husband and in-laws casually also passed comments on my skin being darker. I was constantly compared to other women who by their standards were fairer and better looking. And to me, it wasn't anything new. Like, I had grown up in my home and also in outside school situations. I knew that yes, this is the way how one sees me, and okay, so I kind of accepted it and I kind of lived with it. And it kind of obviously dimmed my personality, and I'd say that I had very little joy in my life. I was kind of in that zombie phase where I'm just waking up, doing my chores, eating, sleeping, and then rinse and repeat. And then one day, I got a call from my home, and I received this news that my father has passed away. I was in shock, and I had my own moment of grief. And grief does change us in strange ways. It kind of breaks you, but it also kind of wakes you up. And I remember asking a question to myself that I'm also going to die one day, and am I only going to live like this, small, or just go by what standards, what people think, how I should be looking? And that's the moment I tried to decide and take control of my life. I made a hard decision to divorce my husband. In Indian culture, it's still a social stigma to be divorced. So, but I took that brave decision. I divorced him, and I started living again. But still, I was sad, disappointed. What has happened? But then one day, I went to a salon. I wanted a haircut, and I was waiting for my turn. And this lady kind of saw me, and she read my energy, and she asked me, "Hey, why are you sad in this heart? You're looking sad. Let me fix you." and that's the moment, I thought to myself whether she's wanting to fix my hair or my whole self. And I let her take control. So she kind of gave me a new hair color and a new haircut. And as I was walking outside from the salon, I just felt a new wave of energy, as if I got a new personality and new permission to live. It just happens. So I started dating. I'm so fortunate to have met some really great men who have given me a really great time. I also met some men who were complete jerks. So, but yeah, we don't have time to go to that. But here's the thing that I realized, that my skin color was never the problem. It was the stories that I was telling to myself over the years. That little girl on the playground believed someone else had the power to write her destiny. But the truth is completely different. We always hold the pencil, and we can change our story the moment we want to. And I have done the same for myself. I'd say that I'm yet to find my Prince Charming, that golden boy. But something deep down, I know for sure that I am beautiful and that I am enough.